Strawberry banging.
I want y'all to know we looked.
Strawberry is my favorite part of Napoleon ice cream.
This strawberry is absolutely banging.
I remember you came up
eat
of the
ice
old
cream.
video, and we still seen you eat it over a year ago. Like it came up, and you just
It's part of the programming at this point.
But I do.
be Brad's favorite part. It's good with y'all though.
What's that?
You might ask me a question while I'm eating.
Episode of Unapologetically Black, Never Broken, Always Empowered. I feel like I have to, right? That's how it
Yep.
starts. I am Brittany, joined by Jamal, Rich, and Britt. She's been with us for the last 2 months, so at this point, unofficial podcast member.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll pop in and out.
Rich's better half.
The part of Rich that makes sense.
His one and only.
Right.
All of me makes sense.
No, it don't. No, it don't. None of us agree with that statement.
But what's good with y'all? How you been?
Today was a fun day. Somebody was off from work, so I got to interact with another adult.
Yay! That's always great.
Yeah. So Mondays are typically supposed to be like our hangout days, where just me and Britt hang out. And so that's what we did today. Grabbed some breakfast, went to the mall, went to Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
You sound like such a Texan when you say that.
Went to Hobby Lobby.
So y'all get the accent too. He swears he does not have one.
I don't.
He has an accent.
You do when you say Hobby Lobby.
You completely have an accent. You don't sound like Sandy Cheese completely, but you got an accent.
We went there, and then
Place where you do the crafts and shit.
and then we went home.
That's what's up. That's
We had to pick up a midget.
Little day.
How are you guys?
Well, our midget didn't have school today because it was like a teacher, whatever, administrative day.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, so he came to work with me for a little bit, and then
Raised his fist again and another woman.
yeah, raised his fist again and another white woman. So I'm it's a trend at this point, and it's only with white women.
at this point.
She said, "You're a cutie," and he said, I grabbed him. I said, "Stop putting your fist in the air."
Is it the same scenario where they're bothering him?
Yes.
Maybe you should put a sign on him
That says, "Do not touch. Do not bother.
Do not speak, and do not call me handsome or cute.
Leave him
His name
alone."
is Ryan. Okay.
Yeah, put on there. Say hi, Ryan. That's it.
Leave it at that. And don't expect a response. Or he might yell. Because there's this one woman at my job was like, "What's your name?" "My name is Ryan." And she said, "Well, my name is Carla."
Yeah, I did the same thing. I'd yell right back at his
I like
ass.
her energy.
He did.
She
too.
was a black woman. She didn't get the fist.
He was scared.
But yeah, besides that, we've been good, more or less.
Yeah.
What the fuck you do today? Everybody else went to work. You sound like you ain't did shit today.
I had to drop the kid off. I was off today.
Izzy had to go to school. He took Izzy to
Sorry,
school. and
Izzy
Ryan
had to
didn't.
go to school.
So why didn't you have Ryan?
Because I had to go drop Izzy off.
We don't have a car. So as opposed to Ryan riding in the Uber with him to drop Izzy off, he came to work with me until Jamal did the round trip, came back and got him. So I had to be at work at 7:15.
Ew.
I wasn't taking him and his scooter in the Uber.
Izzy likes the scooter. When we came out, Izzy was, "Oh, mommy, no, wait, no, don't go. Then by the time we were done, go fast. Bro, it's only 5 miles, man.
Hey, I'm all for buying like a moped. They only like $600, $700. Get you a real cool moped if you're not going far. Now, if you're going over a freeway, don't buy a moped.
Don't do that.
But
It's not
if you're
user-friendly.
doing like city shit, like
Yeah.
no more than 10 miles or so, buy a moped. Simple.
But it's getting ready to get cold up
It's
there.
killable.
That's not fun. Their cold is not fun at all.
No, yeah. We're entering that season. There is no buying a moped until fucking April.
We were on those scooters when it was cold, and I'm sitting there with my hands like, man, this shit is cold.
Yeah, it's brisk.
This shit.
The faster you move, the harder that wind hits your face.
We was mad. We was looking like Pooh Shiesty.
Oh my God. All right, let's jump into what the fuck y'all missed in the month of September. I almost said August. Like that's where my mind is. Yeah. So September, we starting shit off with the deaths, which there weren't very many, which is good.
That's great.
Yeah, good. But a Boston teen died after doing the one chip challenge, causing the one chip challenge to be taken off the shelves across the board, and so now it's banned.
How?
The spicy chips one?
Yeah, 14 years old. He was complaining of stomach aches after he did it, and then ultimately, something.
They only took one chip.
Yeah, something burst or.
Yeah, he probably ate a bad one. Appendix or something probably bursted or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to know what that's like.
I am uninterested in anything
Probably
that.
pretty. Sorry, it's on the bed, and so our camera's gonna shift every time I
Okay.
shift.
He won't stop moving here like a 5-year-old.
I'm sorry, I have to move.
As you move.
He has restless leg syndrome.
Every time in his feet and shit.
I've seen the commercials.
But yeah, I mean that sucks.
Yeah, it's sad.
I don't know why people would want to do shit like that anyway. Like, let's do a challenge where I make my stomach hurt. That's dumb.
Yeah, all those TikTok challenges and the YouTube challenges,
Yeah. Let's walk on milk cartons as high as we can go just to literally break bones.
yeah.
That's dumb as shit.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of these challenges make sense to me.
The
No,
cinnamon
I
challenge.
set them out.
And like,
Yeah,
Like, why are you
challenge
eating cinnamon?
was stupid.
That's stupid.
That was dumb. I'm not getting ready. I'm not going to take
Fucking-
something in that I know that's gonna make me cough.
It's gonna fuck you up.
Exactly.
It's gonna fuck you
I've
up
watched several
completely.
videos of people coughing, and I'm gonna think,
Oh,
that
that's gonna be me.
Not
I'm gonna
me.
survive this.
I'm
All just so you can have 15 clicks for fucking 10 minutes.
exactly.
3 clicks, because ain't nobody gonna watch your dumb ass. Like, you gotta put it up and hope that your people are actually gonna watch you
Right.
try to make it through this. Don't nobody care.
Not one damn bit. I'm gonna say dumbass.
I'm gonna look and scroll past it. Like, that was stupid of you to even attempt that.
I mean, the last challenge I participated in was the ice bucket challenge, and that might have been the first challenge
That
and
was the
last
first
challenge.
and
Yes,
all.
we did.
Now,
We didn't do the ice bucket.
It
We
wasn't
did
ice
the
bucket.
ice. We did the ice water over each other's heads.
But it wasn't a challenge. It was like you go on Facebook and maybe like you give me like 100 likes and I'll dump water on my wife's head. That shit, but not no
No, I did like the what was it for?
ALS shit.
Yeah.
We weren't donating to that.
Yeah. I mean, I donate.
I mean, nothing against
challenge.
donating to them. Because
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, for sponsor views. Yeah,
We just
sponsor.
did it because we wanted to
Yeah.
move forward.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, my heart goes out to the family. He was 14. So it's pretty sad. And
Also, isn't there a warning label on there that talks about
Absolutely.
being age and possibly not eating this shit? Like,
I don't know what the warning label says, but I guarantee there is one.
Yeah, but
The
they're gonna
legalities
sue.
of selling it.
They're going to sue. They're gonna try
yeah.
to get
They're
the
gonna
money
try.
off of it.
They're definitely gonna try, and they'll probably settle for something, or maybe they'll actually go through and get off on whatever. But
The waiver.
the
Like,
one chip
Right.
challenge is not recommended for children or teenagers, people that have food allergies, sensitivity to spicy. This is literally
As
on
soon-
their
On the
warning
chip.
label. It's on their warning label.
oh yeah, so then
And they
there's-
might have something where it's like once you buy the chip, then that's their waiver. Like you bought
Those that have medical problems such as heart, lung disease, or pregnant.
Mm. Yeah, I mean,
So
or you
I
just
don't
switch,
understand.
'cause I'm not eating it.
that's like me waving the gun, shooting that shit, and then be surprised when it go off and I shoot somebody. Like, you're literally not supposed to do that.
I mean, but you never think that you're gonna die. Like, how many people think I'm gonna eat this one chip and I'm gonna die?
Not many, but I mean, I feel like watching the shit.
I mean,
If it's a one chip and it's spicy as hell, I think I'm gonna die.
no one goes surfing. No one,
Give me one chip and you say that this is going. Yeah, I don't think.
but no one goes surfing saying, "Oh, I'm going to get attacked by sharks." but you goddamn can.
But it
So
happens.
maybe we just don't do that, and then maybe
There'll definitely be sharks out there. Like people be like, "Well, I'm gonna check and I'm gonna see." Nah, I mean, you really can't check for a shark until that bitch is on your ass. Like,
they checking for you well before you see him.
You don't know until you see that nigga.
Is a video of a guy trying to catch a baby shark, trying to roll it over on his back, and it caught his finger. And okay, I didn't think about that as we were doing it. Anyway, baby shark decided to alligator roll and snatched the dude's whole fucking finger off.
Oh no!
And the shark wasn't nothing about that big.
Yeah.
Snatched his whole fucking finger off.
He
Like,
should have
well,
ran away.
You set yourself up for that way.
I did. I didn't even think about it until afterwards. I was like, yeah, that one's on me.
But speaking of the one chip challenge, earlier in the month, at some point, right after I heard about this teen passing, what's his name? T.I.'s son, the one that's
King.
King.
I mean, well, he does have quite a few of them. So.
But specifically the one that's been catching a lot of shit lately. But so yes, King. He was put on blast for recording himself getting a homeless man to do the one chip challenge for like $100.
I thought
And
it
he
was
like,
less than that.
maybe it was less. He ended up giving him 20.
It was less than that. It was
He gave him
50.
20 for trying. So yeah, it was 50. Whatever it was like
And he called shit for that?
very
Yes, because-
unsensitive.
Homeless people do way worse for a lot less.
But he
That's-
made him do it on camera.
But
So
he
like
made
you
him do
try
it
and
It was on camera. It was a joke. He went and specifically pointed out a homeless person and
Okay.
then offered them $20.
I can see the asshole.
And you're T.I.'s son. You're not just a regular nigga. Like you already have clout behind you.
Yeah, you weren't
Now-
hurt for the 100 or the 50, and then you still were just like, I'm gonna give you 20.
Yeah. Now I will say that homeless person's stomach and mouth was
Oh.
made of steel because it didn't phase him at all.
Well, he ended up breaking down and drinking the water before the time period was up.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
mean,
for
if
the
you
most
tell me
part,
5
he was
minutes
like,
and I can,
yeah,
I don't know,
But-
dog.
took him forever to chew the shit.
5 minutes is a long time. Too.
That was the part.
It is for your mouth to be on
Damn,
fucking
they still
fire.
chewing. Switch up.
Yeah, that shit was hot.
You
He
ain't
was
got no
hungry.
meal. What is
It was
going
all
on?
he had. He had to savor that meal.
So
Like,
now
one
who's
chip.
worse? King for doing it, or you for making fun of the man? Like, I feel like you two niggas is
You two niggas, I didn't say anything.
I didn't
no
do it.
him and T.I. son. Like y'all are
Oh.
both assholes.
I didn't see the man. I didn't even see the video.
He just says jokes.
I mean, but
Showed
it
up
took
with
him
jokes.
forever. If he was chewing that shit for about 5-10 minutes, I said, God damn.
Now you just still facing this. You like, I can't believe you gonna make fun of a homeless man. How dare you? There's some real homeless people out there. Like this is where you draw the line at, Rich.
Right.
Why we? But they already homeless. Why you got to make fun of them too?
I'm not making
But
fun of him.
that's why King caught shit. Because he was making
I
fun of
never
them.
said, yo, this dude is homeless, da da da. All I said was he was probably hungry. And like that was all he had.
Which is a
And then
stereotype for
what's
homeless people that they always hungry. What if he had food already?
Well, the way he was chewing
Not the
it,
way he chewed it.
that-
What for $20?
he was eating that chip like it was the damn full, well done steak. He was chewing that shit forever.
Oh my god. Okay, and then the other death of the month, significant to the Black culture, obviously. But Irish Grinstead, which she was one of the sisters from 702, passed away.
Oh,
43.
okay, yeah,
43.
yeah.
Rich still don't know who this is.
Remember when my
Remember
girl was
what's
back
that
from the front to back? Was you feeling that? Go one hand up, repeat that. Trying to take my man. See, I don't need. Yeah,
One of they
He knew that wasn't Destiny's Child, but he couldn't quite
She's-
point who that was.
someone from that band passed away at the age of 43. I think she had a battle with cancer.
Yeah.
So.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Congratulations is in order or something like that for Krishan, because she did give birth to her baby boy, Krishan Malone Jr. She named him after the realest nigga she know. Okay.
Hey, that's some Baltimore shit. If I've never heard some Baltimore shit.
I've never heard of a son being a junior to his mother.
I have. I actually have.
With
with the mother and the son I have. And then my brother actually named his daughter after him.
So you hear more about that.
Yeah, you hear the opposite. Never
you do. Yeah.
The mom.
Now, I have a friend. Now, my brother, his name is Blake. I can see you naming your daughter that because it's a unisex. I do have somebody back home who is named after her dad, and I'm like, good gracious, that is a
name.
I don't know if I could have a little girl and name her Jamal. Be like, I'm gonna look you dead ass in your face. I'm gonna call you Jamal.
It's not you that's gonna have the problem. It's the nigga that she trying to get with saying, my name is Jamal, and expects him to believe that she was born
a female.
Yeah. You didn't even try to have a deep voice.
Yeah, my name's Jamal.
I ain't even mad at you transitioning, but you ain't changed your name.
Yeah, like you didn't even. That's where you start. Like transition.
Always start with something like
from Jamal to Julia.
Like you couldn't change nothing.
Jamala.
All this money you spent on your body, it didn't change your name. That's fucked up.
Didn't start there. Didn't even get a creative
thought. You gotta
thought.
sit up there from the beginning. And
your first creative thought was, I'm gonna change my gender.
Female named Jamal.
Proud.
What?
Daddy gave me this name.
And if I'm the teacher, I'm looking for a nigga. Where's Jamal? I'm right here. So we on that bullshit today. You just for fucking Jamal. Jamal not here. Okay, Jamal's absent.
Cool. You want to play a game?
Every day you absent, you get suspended from school because you don't.
Because you keep answering to Jamal, knowing damn well that ain't your name.
Now you gonna get messed up because then people
gotta walk in with the birth certificate every time
what's called you not taking their name. You're not using their name.
Yeah, you gotta prove it and shit. You gotta
because if you're in Florida, they put that law in place that you can't.
They did it here too. They did it here too.
Oh, they did it there too.
Yeah, so whatever you're born with is what the teacher has to call you. So whatever is your birth certificate, there's no nicknames. Now but it's not, it's in Katy and other areas. It's not Humble because I did fill out the paperwork for Easy.
Well, I mean, I know like a lot of especially jobs, at least on the HR side, you have to submit whatever your legal name is.
Mm-hmm.
So if legally your name is still Jamal, you have to submit Jamal to HR because they submit that to the IRS, all that other shit. Now at the place,
you got your name legally changed, then
if your name is legally changed, then you go by whatever. But
it'd be so wild when people change their name to like Batman and Superman and Clark Kent and stuff like that, and then
World Metal Peace.
Yeah, like bro, like why can't you just be you? Your parents named you this. Like they thought you were gonna be something great. They were like, I can't wait to
because there's parents like you who's gonna name their daughter Jamal, so now she has to go fucking change it because of you.
She has to.
She has to go change it because all of her life she's gonna be screwed because her name is Jamal.
Brittany better put up a better fight in the delivery room.
I'm dead. Well, look,
that's why he came out Ryan and not Luffy.
Since Krishan has had this baby in the last 3 weeks, because
it has been hell.
You
got to watch the birth. That's the one thing.
Right from the beginning, she gave birth live.
From the beginning, this is gonna be some bullshit.
Did y'all really expect anything like more out of her?
No.
I mean, she's actively currently on. Right, I thought she was gonna be on Zeus with it, because she's currently on Baddies East, a smooth 8 months pregnant, or however far along she is. So
she was on whatever show him and her had too.
Yeah.
Like really
Crazy
pregnant, going through bullshit. But yes, she had the baby on live. Mm-hmm. She didn't invite she did not invite Blueface.
Blueface was not invited.
You could watch on live like everybody else.
Everybody else, as if he was there.
he threatened her the first week the baby was born that he was going to take the baby.
And Jaden.
Yeah, and
He also
Jaden.
said stepmommy's coming for you.
Yeah, and then him and Jaden had CPS called on them.
Mm-hmm.
So then he went out, seen the baby, and then all of a sudden he started attacking Jaden.
From Krishan's bed.
Yeah. Oh, this is just week 2 of the baby's life, baby.
Yeah.
This is Rich's download. Rich is just finding out all this.
Yeah. And currently, Blueface, I did not look it up because I did not want to see it. On Twitter, I guess the baby has a hernia in his lower region
area.
Yeah, and his dad decided to post it on X, but then
that's exactly what it was, X-rated.
Yeah, and decided to post it on X, and then came back after taking it down, saying, "Oh no, I was hacked."
But you weren't hacked because you posted the picture and attacked Krishan like you do every other time.
At the same time. Yeah.
And she's not being she's not a good mom. My son has a hernia, which, mind you,
I took Ambien.
Hernias are common with newborns. It's not uncommon for your child to have a hernia of some sort.
A hernia is very common in especially Black males at a young age. I have seen hernias of all sizes, but to need surgery.
Had one at his belly button. I think Ryan even had a little one at one point.
Yeah, I had as a baby. I think my brother had one.
That's really common. And then the other thing is everyone attacking Krishan with the Walmart video. The video of her in Walmart with the baby on her chest, but without the newborn head part, so the baby's head was just hanging off. It was very actually
and his mama is getting on my nerves, as well as how you say her name, Masika. The mom is saying, basically like she needs help. She's attacking her, but she has yet to call and do anything. Masika saying she wants to help Krishan and that she was, that mom when she first became a mom as well. But instead of making it a phone call between her and Krishan, all of us have to know.
It's all over the internet. It's all over the internet.
That was you remember when we had the Camaro?
But she's admitted to struggling with postpartum. And I just feel like someone needs to help.
Yeah, Kiki Palmer's reaching out, telling her like she here for her.
Yeah, Kiki Palmer's reached out to her. A number of people have reached out to her, but I do feel like it's not surprising, right? I didn't think Krishan was going to do a 180 when she had a baby. However,
she didn't do a 30.
You would think she would have more support from her immediate family that she's clearly not getting.
Well, why would we expect? We watch these niggas on TV be their original selves. This shit wasn't scripted. This shit wasn't.
Yeah.
No, this was her. In her. Why the fuck did we expect anything other than ratchet as fuck?
The sister, I think her sister.
We literally watched her almost fight her sister, but over Blueface. Like the whole family didn't even know they were fighting each other over the shit.
But I believe the mom has done a lot of stuff for clout. However, I think, especially when she did that really, really bad breakdown in the pool, jacuzzi, something like that on the show, I think the sister was kind of over everything.
The exploiting of everything.
Yeah, I think she was over it. So I think she's kind of like, you know what? There's nothing more I can do. So it's going to be what it's going to be. Because if you keep on just like she was, the baby's name is Krishan, but then 2 days with Blueface. And
I'm going to change it to Jonathan Jr. I said, girl, you better not. And then I didn't even keep his shit together long enough for her to go and change the baby's name. That's how fucked up he is, that you can't even stay calm long enough, not talk shit on the internet long enough for her to actually go to the courthouse and change her son's name. Like, it would have only taken a couple days of you being nice to her. You could have had your little Jonathan Jr. and then gone on being a fuckboy. But that's how toxic Blueface is. And I'm not saying she's not equally, but you can't even keep your shit together.
I just don't understand how anyone has that level of control over somebody else. Like, Jesus Christ.
She said the
I
discipline.
never want to run into a man like that because I don't know what it is that we know what it is. But not one man like that. That's just terrible.
Yeah, no, fact. I'm thankful that I am married and I have no intention of dipping back into the dating pool at any point in time in life.
It's ghetto.
In my life.
In life. All right. In sports news, I turn it over to the gentleman for this part. I do have a couple stories, but they're not recent sports news stories. So what y'all got?
Did you see the Broncos get their ass whooped yesterday?
I think everybody's seen the Broncos get their ass beat.
Like,
but they're not even the real story. The real story that I want to talk about is how much people hate Deion Sanders, which is weird because before he started teaching at Colorado State, they loved Deion Sanders.
Love it. Yeah.
They loved everything that he did as a coach.
Listen, Deion Sanders is one of the greatest athletes of all time. The man signed 2 contracts, suited up, played a football game, got on the jet, and then went to the baseball game. He was ready. Like, whether or not he was going to do it, he was ready.
And it single-handedly has turned around the entire Colorado University, like, all together.
Yeah.
Single-handedly turned it around. They were 1-16 last year, and then they start off 2-0. You're down 2-1, but to a team that you're supposed to lose to Oregon. You're not supposed to beat Oregon. Colorado's not a very good school, but they hate this man so much that when he loses a game that he's supposed to lose, they talk about how trash and how, you know, the team's not ready and it's all his fault that he hyped him up like that. And I'm like, well, what the fuck else is a coach supposed to do if not hype up his team?
Yeah, if he doesn't believe in them, if he's not trying to draw out the best players to come to Colorado, then what else am I supposed to do? Just tell you, all right, y'all, we in a rebuild, and I'm gonna try to get y'all as close as I can to a championship,
right?
To attract better players than you. You aren't the best player, but I'm trying to attract the next better you at your position.
Because I can tell you right now, that transfer portal next year, it's gonna be ridiculous. Yeah. All he needs is the guys up front, and then especially if they beat a team like Oregon, like, you know, for the rest of the season, and they have like a really good record, especially if they have a winning season. If they have a winning season, the transfer portal is going to be crazy next year.
So they're going to have a winning season. Like, they're going to have some kind of positive record. But it's the amount of like attention that you get. It's the amount of people. It's the networking that you honestly run into. Because when like Kawhi Leonard, who doesn't show up for his own games, can come out to your game, you know you're rubbing some elbows. Like
that Colorado State versus Colorado University game that shit was almost like a fucking all-star year.
Yeah, you had everybody out there, like every celebrity that you could think of was just like, yo, you going to go see Coach Prime? Hell yeah, I'm going to see Coach Prime.
And what's crazy is last year they were no better than high school teams. So it's literally just like watching 2 high school teams play. But I mean, it got chippy real fast.
That's great
before the game even started.
Like, imagine being the player that was there and you just at the team, and then the next thing you know, Coach Prime show up and you like, oh shit, now the media care about me. I'm on ESPN. Because now they can actually make money, and I'd be with it.
What are you niggas doing?
Well, thank you, Stephen A. and Shannon.
I want you to know you Stephen A.
for this update.
You don't get to be Uncle Shay Shay.
Let's see what else happened. So actually, Shannon Sharp came out and spoke about I don't want to say the real reason, but we all know the real reason why he left. Where did he go?
Ryan's phone died.
Why he left the show. And it was 2 reasons. They were going to get rid of him, but they were looking for a reason to get rid of Shannon, and it was the Damar Hamlin incident, the football player that got
and
revived on the field.
Yeah, hard
because
I'm back.
Shannon didn't show up to work the next day. They used that as the reason as to what to not renew his contract, saying, "Hey, look, we're just gonna move on," because that we found that to be very unprofessional. But that and the rise in tension of Skip Bayless,
right?
Him and Skip,
Skip
they were
said
not
about him, and when he came at him like that, that wasn't the first time, but that was the last straw. Because while me and you have a back and forth, I would never put down what you do or how you are. I'd never be like, Rich, you was a family man, you ain't shit. I seen Brittany's ex-husband, he was a better family man for you. Nah, what the fuck? Like, why would you even say some shit like that? But that's how he came at him. Like, you ain't shit as a football player. Tom Brady's better than you.
You're not
you will
friends
never
in
be
real
better than that. You're a Hall of Famer. You ain't shit, dog. Like, all that you won, all that you are, and it's like, yo, that man is one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game.
Yeah,
that man is. That man is a Hall of Famer. Like, put some respect on his name. Like, you asked for him to be here. He raised the prestige of your show for being here, and you talk to him like he ain't shit.
And you knew he was the show because the moment he left, Undisputed's ratings plummeted.
Right. You try to do your podcast, you ain't Stephen A. Like, you aren't taking off the way Shay did. Like, he's booming with his podcast. There's some podcasters out there that's like killing it. Us is one. Him, not so much. People don't really care about you. People show up for that fire.
They don't. A lot of people don't like Skip Bayless at all. Like, they really dislike.
I'm not a fan.
They really dislike Skip Bayless.
I just wanted a divorce from him. I got tired of hearing him every morning.
I feel that.
People don't like him in like real life. Like Charles Barkley has said it on live TV.
Barkley has said he does.
The moment he says, "If I get Skip Bayless in an elevator by myself, I'm gonna fuck him up." That's just idiot.
That's the nicest thing Charles Barkley said about Skip Bayless. I've heard him call him an idiot several times. Like, this whole thing started happening, and Charles and Shaq and Chuck couldn't stop just cracking jokes the whole time.
No, he absolutely dislikes Skip Bayless.
Can I do one for women's sports?
I guess we could talk about women in their sports.
Yeah.
Corey Coco Golf, I think that's how you say her last name. She won the U.S. Open.
Mm-hmm.
And, she, of course, is one of us. So,
19-year-old black girl from Florida.
Yes.
So
she was going to do with her money. She said, "You going to pay off some debt?" She said, "What debt?"
I'm 18. Mama. She ain't got no debt. But they showed where she was 14 years old, and I think she was at the U.S. Open watching Serena.
Mm-hmm.
And so now she has her own. So, but like I watched it. It was great. Easy likes playing tennis, so I've gotten into it a little bit more. Still can't tell you how they scored the shit, but hey.
You don't know how tennis is scored?
Not really. It's boring.
Love is 0.
You played tennis.
I did.
That's all you got.
Love, and then it's 15, and then it's 30, and then it's 40, right? That's the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I just know when they cheer, Serena wins. When they don't cheer, she lost.
That's hilarious. But speaking of women's sports, I guess it's kind of a weird segue, but Kevin Porter Jr. was arrested for assaulting his girlfriend, Kaiser Godricic. And she is a WNBA player. I think she's currently a free agent, but she was on the Indiana Fever. But he was...
Rightfully so.
Yeah, she was bloodied, and he choked her to the point of breaking a vertebrae in her neck.
Yeah. Oof.
So... yeah, he's dealing with those charges at this point.
He's not playing anytime.
That's a strong motherfucker. If you break
So I'm not gonna hold you. I wanted the team to come out and not say, "Well, we're waiting on the investigation," but the release his ass. Like, normally you'd be like, oh, they shouldn't release a black man, but like, nah, bro, like that's some shit that you shouldn't do. Like,
well, they not gonna do it because I cannot think of his name, but I think there was an NFL player who just beat his charges, where the girlfriend had said that he beat the hell out of her, and in reality, she had been beating on him, and it was retaliation.
Like Johnny Depp.
Yeah. And so, except for, she didn't shit on his bed.
Yeah. this is his girlfriend, kind of. Or his, I guess, former girlfriend.
But because I think, what's her name? Megan Good was standing beside him, or somebody. There was another female celebrity that was with this guy, but yeah, come to find out she was beating on him, and he ended up.
You're talking about what's his face from Marvel?
Oh no, he's not a player. He's an actor.
No, that's what I'm saying, from Marvel.
What's Major?
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, so so he caught so much hell that they probably not gonna just release people or try not to side with the female way that they would.
Already, but
Sis has a broken neck. She
do.
Girl.
I mean, some shit you just be like, man, okay, look, go ahead, but
him. He needs to be in jail. I met Jonathan Major. She was.
I mean, we talked about that already. We don't need.
And the former football player, his girlfriend had his house shot up, and he ended up shooting and killing, I think, 2 people.
The guy that killed her brother.
Her brother, and
she was married though.
Yeah, she had it all written, telling her the brother, where to find them and shit like that, and he caught a lot of heat because everybody was like, I mean, you just shooting to shoot. No, he was shooting for his life.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of bullshit going on. You're trying to figure out how I know all of this, ain't you? Yeah.
Like, when do you have the motherfucking time?
Antonio
I got a lot of damn time.
Seems to keep his name in the news for some reason or another.
Not for playing though.
Reese, not for playing, but Antonio Brown recently, essentially, I wouldn't say like he caught charges, but he was deemed liable for all of his actions, and he's been selling fake Richard Mille watches. I don't know. I'm not into watches.
Oh yeah,
those are really expensive watches.
He's been selling them to people, and they're fake, knowingly. So
knowing they're fake. Oh.
Yeah, knowing they're fake.
I mean,
does he tell them that they're
mentality?
Huh?
Does he tell them that they're fake?
No.
He's
charging them full price.
If I told you I got this fake nice watch,
I didn't know he was charging them full price.
Yeah, I didn't know he was charging full price. I thought maybe he was giving like a little discount.
Nah.
He don't play for no team no more.
It's not the Louis Vuitton purses where you get it for cheap.
This ain't culture.
Them Louis V's.
Marshalls.
Right. This isn't a street vendor pushing it for a cheap price. This is Antonio Brown saying it's an authentic watch.
I need folks.
Yeah. And then getting over on niggas. So
attempting to get over on niggas.
Yeah.
Because jewelry stores exist and you can just find out that way.
Go straight to the pawn shop.
Is this real?
I don't know.
We can see you looking at your foot.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. I think pawn shops be lying to niggas. They be like, oh, it ain't real, bro.
I don't know if they completely lie, but they definitely devalue your shit.
I'm like,
and then boost that shit right on.
That's what I'm saying. I think they lie so that they can devalue it. And then when they turn around and sell it, they be like, oh, yeah, this is a real whatever.
Real. I mean, but does it matter, though? Like, even if you bought it in a pawn shop, would you really go get it tested?
If I paid full price for it, I think it's real. Now, if I got it on discount, then I'd be like, well,
I'm gonna say, if you charging me, 50%, yeah, hell yeah, I'm going. That's an expensive watch. But if the shit is like, 10, only $100, I mean, fuck it.
Nah, I mean, so sometimes
I'm like Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco wore cheap ass jewelry from Claire's just because.
Speaking of Ocho Cinco, I have an Ocho Cinco story to talk about.
Gotcha with the segue.
That was a great segue. But Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson, is currently with his girlfriend and fiance. And she presented him with a prenup, and he refuses to sign it because he is in his soft boy era. Okay, she has provided him with a life in which he could be a stay-at-home dad. He plays video games all day, and he refuses to sign a prenup because he wants half of that if it don't work.
I don't know if I'm happy. I mean, if I'm pissed off as a woman,
because he definitely does.
I am all.
He definitely does tons of appearances. He's always on. He's always on somebody's podcast.
He don't have his own money, but he's saying he's living in software era. He
definitely has his own money.
And I'm all
and apparently so does sis, because he does not have to. And if she got her own
money, if Brittany came to me one day and said, "Listen, baby, you can quit your job, you can stay home, put your feet up, play video games, take care of the kids,
be a stay-at-home dad.
Be a stay-at-home dad." I'm gonna kick my shoes off. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dad. I'm gonna live my sophomore year. I'm gonna go get me some ice cream. Actually, I won't get me some ice cream because I'm gonna be hurt. But I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna sign my name right on that motherfucking prenup too. You can take whatever you came in with because
he refuses.
I'm not giving up this life.
He refuses.
You say go ahead and sign it so you can make that.
He wants to have his cake and eat it too. Because
you're over here like hers too. The fuck.
If you don't sign the prenup, you're essentially saying, I mean, if it ends, I get half of your shit.
Yeah,
not even committed to the relationship.
Because before you got all of this shit, I was the one paying for it. So fuck you mean?
Right,
and to be fair, it's not like Ocho is like Ocho's broke.
No, he's not broke.
If they do divorce, she gets half of his shit too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like the broke person marrying the rich person. It's two rich niggas marrying each other.
Kind of lifestyle.
Because he's saying she's providing the lifestyle.
Right. Because just because you got money don't mean that like necessarily you always come out on that. Like if you're providing,
he has plenty. That nigga's not spending it. He said that plenty. He said I have plenty of money. I'm not spending my money.
Yeah,
absolutely. And like that's because he knows this shit could end in 5 to 6 years. Like you might be like, I'm tired of you sitting around playing video games. The kids are all grown. Like, what else you got?
Yeah.
I got nothing. I've been playing video games for 6 years. Like, you trying to see me in Call of Duty? Because that's about all I got.
Well, speaking of divorces, there have been some major announcements of separations and divorces this month. That's basically been most of the celebrity gossip. The first one being Jeezy filing for divorce from Jeannie Mai.
Jeezy like to drink. Jeezy like to smoke.
Yeah.
Jeezy like to file for divorce too.
But I think I would have filed too if the rumors are true.
What she do?
So I was gonna say, which rumors do you hear? Did you hear?
So some of the rumors that I'm hearing is one, she cheated.
Yeah, with George Lopez.
Two,
Mario Lopez. I said George Lopez. My bad. Mario Lopez.
I say George Lopez. God damn.
Hey, if George getting in Jeannie panties, then it is what it is. He trying to get some cha-cha.
I meant Mario.
But they said that her mom has been in the house ever since they got married. And then on top of that, her brother moved in shortly afterwards. I'm sorry.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. You can't move people into nothing.
No, I gotta fight back on that.
Yeah, my auntie house.
Jeezy's mansion has like 19 rooms in that bitch.
It doesn't matter. I still don't want you to
matter. It does matter when you can't even see these niggas.
No, they're in my house.
You in that space.
Because
they're eating food.
Down,
they're breathing my air. I can't walk around naked because your mama might come downstairs.
You walk around naked.
What if we want to
niggas is literally on the
let's keep in mind, her mother is an old Asian woman. Like that's a different level of now I gotta fucking wear the slippers and be respectful or whatever, like traditional.
And she is big on her mom, so it's like you're not gonna disrespect her. You're not gonna give her too many rules. She believes her mama can do whatever. Then you're gonna bring another motherfucker in here. I'm not, man.
She arguably already had some like
questionable things that
she said about Black people in the past, which
on
did
the
not
real.
come from nowhere. It came from your upbringing. So whatever your thoughts on Black men were or is or whatever,
you brought them
came
thoughts
from
into the house.
and it came from the way you were raised.
Right. And
so,
she's the type, it's more, I'm married to a Black man, but it's not because I truly love him. It's more of a trophy thing for her than it is actually being with him.
I mean, but how would that be possible?
I wouldn't say she doesn't love him. I would say that
it definitely wouldn't be for a trophy thing. She was already on TV. She doesn't need Jeezy.
No. When I say okay, so let me clarify.
Oh, it definitely could have been other Black people.
When I say trophy, I mean it's like, hey, look, I got a Black man.
Yeah, I got the ultimate status.
Yeah, it's she's saying, oh, look, I got a Black man. Then on top of that, I got a gangster rapper.
But have like no respect for Black culture.
Yeah, none.
Like for the way his family, that is a country man from down south.
That's rich.
So, being around his family, they gonna be loud. They're gonna be, whatever. It's the cookout, right? And that's not a culture she was privy to or familiar with, or even made herself familiar. So my understanding,
Jeannie wasn't invited to the cookout.
No, my understanding,
hell no,
of their divorce was based off of that. Was the cultural differences, and essentially he said they've been separated for a while. They've only been married for 2 years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Jeannie's
fighting. She's contesting the divorce. I don't know how that goes.
He said in the divorce that it is
ironclad, irreconcilable differences.
Yeah, they cannot. It's not happening. He is not wanting to stay with her, and she's more pissed off because she was like, I didn't want to have a baby because I knew that
she wanted security.
Somebody, and here I am, a single mom. Well, single as in I ain't got no man.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he takes care of the baby.
But that sounds like that's your fault. Like if you went through 2 husbands that quick and then you finally had a baby and you're like late 30s, early 40s, like however old she is, you still waited and then you still got divorced.
But she refused that first husband. She refused. That's why they got a divorce. He wanted kids. She didn't want them. Mm-hmm. He ended up cheating on her, getting another woman pregnant, and then when she found out, she divorced him. Because there's no way that you can tell me that the woman popped up pregnant 2 months after you.
Right.
He was cheating because she refused to have a baby, and she would say that on the real. She's like, I have a kid.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, all those conversations you should have before you marry somebody.
Absolutely. Well,
sometimes you say you don't want kids and somebody says, what's one more?
Tiana Taylor also announced that her and Iman are separated amicably.
Yeah, she definitely defended their separation.
So how many of us are surprised?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I've seen the video. They definitely act more like really good friends than
they've always acted like really good friends.
But more than they do husband and wife. But I mean, she say that they great. Like,
but I'm not saying that
it's more like
it's a bad thing. I'm not saying that their divorce is, oh shit. I'm saying I didn't see her with a man anyway.
Period. Yeah,
I
think we're gonna see Tiana Taylor in her lesbian era.
Yeah,
I'm going into now.
Well, no, she's been in that era. She has never left it. Like her concert, I think she made was it Ari Lennox? She was grinding on.
I think so.
And I mean, Ari was like, you know what? Let's stop, because
this shit is gay.
No, she definitely.
That's what I'm to say, because this might go somewhere.
You clearly ain't an Ari Lennox fan, and it shows.
Oh, let me say it, because I ain't got 2 mil like Tasha K.
Right. Look, and finally, Remy Ma filed for divorce against Papoose, which is crazy.
That
nigga held you the fuck down. in
And
prison.
the nigga that they are claiming she cheated on him with is ugly as sin.
So he's like great value papoose. Like she has a type. They are similar, but he's definitely not.
Oh yeah, Papoose is Target and he is Walmart. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Nah, he's like Family Dollar. Like
Papoose is Target. I'll even give him Target.
That's what yeah.
The fancier version.
But I'm pretty sure he already knew. I think Papoose already knew about the cheating. It was already, put out there.
I just don't think
ago.
via battle rap freestyle.
But he didn't expect the shit to be said in a rap battle.
Nah.
That shit hit different.
It's gonna do because you suspect some shit. So listen, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm like Papoose, but the second that I feel some type of disrespect, I'm that same way. Nigga, I'm swinging. I'm not asking questions. I don't want to talk to you. It's on site, bro.
The video I saw, he said, "Should I tell him, Ron?"
Yeah.
He said, "Tell him."
Because this is coming from another nigga that's like the other. Like, how did this nigga even find out?
He went into the bars and said that he ain't fighting with a nigga over another bitch. And if he fighting with him, that's because he still has his bitch.
Yes.
Period.
But, now, I will say, out of all the bullshit, he has held Remy Ma down. So long. She had, that was ultimate disrespect. Some people be like, they cheated, da da da. But he put time, he put effort, he put a lot, and from the whole baby thing to when she, all that shit. Papoose is,
That's a good man.
Look, I can't say he is or isn't a good man. I can say that he has done some shit that most men would not do.
I love you, and I don't know if I would.
What?
I say that like straight up.
I don't know what happens.
Brittany already knows.
We know we over.
She go to jail. That's it.
That's it. There's nothing like that. Is the fastest way to divorce me.
Don't call me.
It's for him to go to jail.
Don't call me.
Feel like you could have just said, "Baby, I don't want to be with you no more." You didn't have to go to jail. You didn't have to go get your, your big butt.
Right, his little butt.
His little butt was tempted. You didn't have to do that.
Eased a little bit.
Just around the rim.
But yeah, so that's
divorce. Just say that.
Crazy to me. I can't speak on how he is on a day-to-day basis. I don't know what their relationship status, what's been going on between them. But I can say, based off fucking history, that was disrespectful.
That was.
What I can tell you is that you should have never let the other nigga know. And then he said in a rap battle. That's what was most disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But speaking of people who are getting divorced because they went to jail, Danny Masterson from that 70s show, who played Hyde, for those who don't know.
That's the nigga that's the white guy with the glasses.
And the Jufro, yeah.
Thank you, Rich, for the commentary on who he was
sentenced to 30 years for rape, and his wife simultaneously, upon that sentencing, filed for divorce.
Was she the one that he raped?
No.
But you went to jail for raping two different women for 30 years. Like,
oh yeah, but I divorced your ass too.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a lot of backlash. Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, his co-stars in the 70s show, were all kind of riding for him, and then they caught a whole bunch of backlash.
So a lot of his co-stars wrote for him, except for Topher Grace, the main character. Want to say Eric Foreman? That was his name. It took me a second. He and his wife said, "Nah, bro, we good. We think you did that shit."
Yeah, even if it's not, I think you did it. You were already you were convicted of doing it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying, your friends can't
Be your friend.
Be your friends, but at the end of the day, if they do something wrong, that's on them. I could be your friend from 20 years ago till today, but today you did some fucked up shit and you going to jail, and I can't ride for you through that.
Yeah,
like
Rich has consistently told me,
not on my platform.
I've heard him say that to me a lot of times.
God.
And never once has Rich gone and you've been like, you know what? I excuse your bad behavior. What you did was not wrong.
And now I'm going to get online and I'm going to ride for you, although the court already said you did that shit.
Nah, you fucked up. And like, respectfully, I get it. And that's how it just has to be. Like, you can't excuse somebody's bad behavior. You fucked up. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What's the plan from here? Like, what you want to do?
Yeah.
Like,
that's your life, not mine. We don't work together no more. I don't even got to see you. Yeah. Speaking of rape and sexual assault, Russell Brand was accused of rape, sexual assault, and abuse by 4 different women. So he is going through that. Russell Brand is. Yeah, I was prepared. Russell Brand is he's Katy Perry's ex, but he was the star of
Get Him to the Greek.
With the rubbing the furry walls.
Like Jeffrey stroke a furry wall. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yes.
I knew he was connected to Katy Perry. I ain't know that other shit.
Did you not see Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
I still don't know.
Hold on, I'm about to pull up a picture.
So Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Get Him to the Greek are the 2 movies I know him best from. I know he did a couple of other movies.
He's from the UK.
He's done music. He's done movies. He's done.
I do not know this man.
Those are terrible
pictures. You none, did it?
No, I don't know this man.
Okay. Well, he's an actor.
Actor, comedian, Katy Perry's first husband.
Yeah.
No.
Cool.
Bet.
It's still low.
Well, anyways, that's going on in his life.
So I've seen the news report on that, and one of the women had texted him like, "No means no." When a woman tells you to stop or no, that means no.
And he apologized.
I am so sorry.
So it's giving.
I don't know how this is going to shape out, and I don't want to say anything because I also don't have full
allegedly.
So I'll say allegedly.
We ain't got no millions.
Don't call me for it because I ain't got it for you.
And the reports does not look
not looking good.
His favor. So we'll keep an eye out for this one.
Yeah. In other news, Halle Berry is upset with Drake for using her Getty image from the Kids' Choice Awards in the 90s, early 2000s, whenever the picture was from.
Yeah, 2000.
Halle Berry need to get over it and be glad that somebody's mentioning her name.
For his trash song, Slime You Out.
Have you heard the song Slime You Out?
Huh?
Have y'all heard the song Slime You Out?
I have not.
It's trash. I didn't like it.
But she might want to charge his ass on using her image so she can pay the child support.
She can't because that's the child support. So it was a Getty image, and it is something that he probably paid for to have. But the point of it is that he asked her. He asked her.
We're gonna do this live. You want to say everybody? You gonna say hey?
Oh, now you want to be shy.
I thought you wanted to.
Now she's shy.
You just
this is your chance, girl. This is your YouTube premiere.
Hey, Izzy.
I need you to do
it.
You
don't want to be on YouTube?
In your room. Hey guys, it's Izzy. Or whatever you do.
Hi, it's Izzy.
She says that we should do an episode with her in it, and so it should be us, her, you guys, and Ryan, and we all do an episode together.
Or we do the Izzies, let the 2 Britneys and the 2 Izzies do an episode.
So.
I don't think Ryan has much, but this is his fist.
This is my fist, and I'm out. Don't call me handsome again.
And my birthday's on Saturday. So Drake asked Halle Berry if he could use her image. She said no, and then he used it anyway. That's where the issue was.
Yeah, he was nice enough to ask. Yeah. I mean, just because you said no doesn't mean that I can't. She does not have the rights to it. So, I mean,
so that's the issue with like Getty images and stuff like that. Like people take a picture of you and you no longer have the rights to said picture. Like, if you want to use that picture of you, now you have to pay to get that picture.
I'm not paying to use a picture of me.
I mean, but people have been sued for putting up a picture of them uncredited.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you see celebrities credit the person who took the picture of them, or like have to share that. And it's like, bro, this is a picture of me.
Right.
It's one of the weirdest laws I've ever seen. Like,
yeah.
It's me.
It was a celebrity that was like, this is so stupid. Not only was it a picture that I can't, I have no rights to. It's an ugly picture at that.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably how she felt about being covered in slime. Like,
But that's what she said. She said that it wasn't a flattering picture. So
right.
She refused.
Yeah. I feel
Like,
that.
they caught her at the Kids' Choice Awards. It's not like people just choose who gets slimed. You dare, you get slimed. And like, she was a good sport about it. But like,
I don't know. Cause I'm about to say, I definitely would have cussed the fuck out of Nickelodeon.
I feel like,
I mean, I got full makeup, expensive dress, heels, hair did, and you slime me.
And she was just sitting in the audience. It wasn't
Yeah.
she was giving an award or this was playing. She was just sitting in the audience.
I definitely would have found out who this person was, and we'd have definitely had some words.
Yeah. But speaking of images, Lil' Kim is mad at Ebony Magazine for releasing this image on the cover. She claims she don't know who sis is in this picture.
who's that woman?
But here's the thing. We haven't known who Lil' Kim is in a while. So honestly, this looks better than what we see on a regular.
2000s.
Because the last Lil' Kim I seen looked like the Leprechaun. So,
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like this picture looks to me no different than the picture that she
said.
claims
Posted
was the one she picked. It's essentially the same thing.
the same thing.
This to me makes everything look more symmetrical than what the plastic surgeon did.
Okay, so I am a huge Lil' Kim fan.
I am not a huge Lil' Kim fan.
I
but
am.
I don't like what she's done to herself recently.
I don't like it. She called me on the phone. I have the picture of it. She did. I was so excited. And I was fangirling the whole time. It's an ugly picture of me.
we'll send it.
No, we won't.
I'll send it so you can see it. But yep, she called her from the airport.
She called me. But it was I don't know. It's like a lot in her book that explains why she had so much plastic surgery. Some of it was because of domestic violence. A lot, some of it was because of just I guess self-hatred and stuff like that. I don't like it. I love the way that she looked when she was dark skinned and first on the scene, stuff like that. Now
on her titty.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah, now she is very, unrecognizable. I'm like, oh God.
It almost feels like that cover was like her seeing herself the way we
see her.
Right.
Like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, we've been saying the same thing.
Had I not read the actual cover, I wouldn't have never known who the fuck it was.
Huh?
I was like, who is that? And they were like, oh, Lil' Kim. And I was like, you fucking lying. But she wouldn't have never said anything had someone posted it. Well, Shade Room posted it. Shade Room, somebody came in and said, why the fuck would y'all print this picture? And the photographer or the editor was like, this is what you get when you let the artist do their own Photoshop. And that's what it happened. So then she came out and said what she said.
Yeah. So the image is pretty. Like, it's not like it's offensive. But yeah. Kenneth Petty, husband of Nicki Minaj, and his friends threatened Cardi B and Offset in the streets of New York post the VMAs.
Offset knocked them off and then went to go watch Coach Prime.
Yeah. And because of that threat, because Mr. Petty was already on probation for not reporting as a sex offender when they moved into whatever neighborhood they're in currently, is now on house arrest for the next 120 days for openly threatening people on the internet. Like, I feel like this man is far too old
and far too famous. Like,
he's not famous.
He's not famous. His wife is famous.
His wife is famous.
I was gonna say, you're abusing her platform.
Because he can't utilize his way to some fame.
I believe that what he done was stupid. And if I was his wife, I would have cussed him from the time I got off the stage and seen the shit until, because I get it. They were already saying that Nicki was throwing jabs at not only Cardi B, but Meg Thee Stallion as well. Mm-hmm. They said as she was throwing the jabs, they weren't even in the crowd. Mm-hmm. But for him to do it, that was bitch nigga shit. Super. He was a bitch nigga for that. And then, you know, the way Offset, he getting off a damn jet, and he's like, bro, I ain't seen none of your shit.
Right. Like, you are irrelevant.
Yeah, and then you end up on house arrest for it. Like, what was the point? What was your point? What did you get out of it?
You a gangster in the middle of the street in New York.
I feel like after Takeoff passed, like, we're all very sensitive about the last two Migos. Like, what you're not about to do is continue to
Quavo, by the way, who worked with on gun control.
Yes. I know I am. It would hurt my heart to see Quavo or Offset be taken off by violence.
The camera's right there.
That's cute.
So that was Little Kim calling Brittany from the airport.
So why was Lil Kim calling you from the airport?
Because you can't really say the whole story. Because I'm a huge fan. And there was someone there that knew that I was a huge fan. So they had her call me on the phone.
That's what's up.
So she was sitting and she was going, I think she was going to New York. And they were like, hey, I have one of your biggest fans on the phone. She has loved you since a child. And she got on and she, of course, was, you know, hey, nice to meet you. Shit. And it was on for like I'd say a minute tops that I forgot to talk to her.
Yeah.
And I ended up having to screenshot that real fast as I was getting ready to get off the phone.
That's what's up. But yeah. Let's see. Thames, the artist, singer.
Something.
I'm not familiar with her music in any way.
I'm not familiar. All I know is right now she is just a baby mama.
So it has not been confirmed that she is pregnant with Future's baby. However, the internet went crazy about her being pregnant with Future's, what would this be, 11th child? 9th child?
Yeah, y'all didn't know him and Nick was competing?
Huh?
Y'all didn't know him and Nick was competing?
Doug. Yeah. Well, they're all by different women. Nick has multiples with women. So
Bow Wow get a girlfriend. He right on Bow Wow's ass. Like, what she look like, bro?
He's stupid.
Look me up, fam.
Baby, hey, let me
her response on X to everyone talking about her pregnancy is, y'all people are mad. So it's giving, it's true. I would be damned to be somebody's 11th baby mama.
Right.
I'd be damned to be Future or Nick Cannon's.
Did you? I would be Nick Cannon's baby mama before I'd be Future's. Did you see the way Sierra laughed it out when they asked how's co-parenting going?
Yeah. Sierra laughed like hell.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't too much be like, oh yeah, I'm his baby mama. Yada, because there's gonna be a bitch after.
There's no claim.
It's gonna be somebody.
There's no claiming that. You just have a beautiful baby. You keep it pushing.
Unless I'm baby mama number one, I ain't getting shit for child support no damn way. So
facts. But yeah, so that's happening. DJ Envy has had an ongoing feud with Tyrese.
We told him he was gonna box his mouth
for the month of September.
So he was going to do what?
Yeah, he told Tyrese he was going to box his mouth.
Yeah.
So Tyrese was at the Breakfast Club. Apparently, long story short of it all, Tyrese was hurt because when Envy and his wife were going through their problems and facing divorce, Tyrese stepped in as a middleman into their marriage and helped them work through their problems. And so when Tyrese was going through his divorce publicly on the internet, crying, going through everything he was going through, he never got that same respect from he thought was his friend. Yes. He didn't check on him. He didn't whatever. He just got on the Breakfast Club and talked shit about him like everybody else because he was crying on the internet. Right.
But Envy is also a bitch nigga to me.
Yes, he is.
Because
yes, he is.
Okay, we know how you really feel.
It was, I don't know if it was recent or if it was late. I know I've seen it on TikTok where these comedian, like more so comedian type dudes were on there and they made a joke about Envy and his wife when they were going through their situation and stuff like that. And he was like, you talking about my wife is only here for the money and shit like that. I didn't take that joke that way because what they said was, she said, I know whatever his real name is, I don't know DJ Envy. And what they said was, but you know his checks. So don't sit here and act like you're not accustomed or familiar.
Yeah, you're not familiar with this persona and what this persona does.
That's how you know that's where the money's coming from. Yeah. He was like, oh, y'all need to apologize and was not gonna let the shit go. I was like, bro, you are a light-skinned bitch.
Yeah, facts. Because that's essentially, what it was with Tyrese. He had said that they cut him off because Tyrese was being disrespectful to his wife, and that that's when he said, I should have boxed you in the mouth because he was being disrespectful, but he wouldn't say what he said to his wife. So Tyrese went back through his phone after the show, hopped online and was like, look, I got receipts. I've talked to them since he said they cut me off. Nothing disrespectful has been said. I
mean, it was crazy because from the point of Tyrese was like, yo, I didn't know you. I heard you on the radio. I reached out one brother to the next. I tried to help you save your marriage. And when I was going through some shit with my marriage, instead of reaching out to me to help me save my marriage or to help me do what I did for you, you allowed me to go through it. And then not only that, you reported about it on your show and made it seem like I'm just crazy.
Yeah.
Instead of being there. My bad.
I said all that. You missed it. It's okay. For those who missed the last, couple minutes of conversation, here comes Jamal with the recap.
Recaps.
But yes,
so
that's been going on. And then as part of Tyrese, when he kind of flashed back out after the Breakfast Club, he exposed the fact that DJ Envy is a part of this real estate Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
That he paired up with a
Caesar
real estate agent. Yeah. Caesar Pena. They were doing all types of real estate conferences and stuff, but essentially Caesar and DJ Envy, because he talks about them being a unit, come into partnership with us, do this with us.
At first he was pushing real hard for this.
He's from Black Ink, right?
Yeah.
Another bitch. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he essentially has been taking people's money, saying it's being invested in different real estate, and nothing's happening. And he's not returning any of their money. It's millions of dollars that he's scammed. Envy saying that he shouldn't be a part of the lawsuit because he did not know, and he too was out $500,000. But at some point in time, you saw some shit wasn't adding up, and you continued to vouch for him.
Right.
And I mean, these regular ass people who are doing these investments and putting their their hard-earned money into it are only doing it because you're vouching for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I trust you, or because in my mind, you're rich and you're telling me I can get like you.
You can make as much money as I do investing and flipping properties from learning from me, because this is what I do. And I'm telling you that this is how I got it. and you're only here because I told you so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, why would you be here? It's
Right.
like if we told y'all about BlurCon and we like, yo, BlurCon's so dope. This, and that.
And then y'all
get
pay
there,
for your tickets,
and it's Fire
and they
Festival.
tell you, or
And it's a fire festival.
and they tell you, it's not happening. What is this?
Yeah.
Like, there's no BlurCon.
What's that?
And you gonna turn and say,
The fuck? What were
Right.
they promoting the whole time? Like, they told me
Right.
they were at BlurCon. I seen pictures, I seen videos. Like, where are the black people at?
yeah. So
Next year it's gonna be where all the clothes at, but
that's to
Yeah, next year probably gonna be a butt naked mess.
go through whatever legal processes that need to go through. But wrapping up our stories.
Oh, I got one more.
What you got, girl?
I got one. The Queen came to Houston.
Mhm.
Did, and I mean, when I say Houston shut it, I've never been here when the Queen come through. So this is the first time I've been here. When I say
When the
Houston
Queen
shut
comes home, she comes
well, I'm sorry. Yes, the Queen came home.
home.
When she came home, I have never seen so many Beyonce sightings.
Yeah.
People was out here chasing her ass. When I say Houston showed their entire ass for the Queen, they did. They had a 400 drone show to show she was here. They, all kinds of stuff. She showed her ass. The concert was nice overall. Night one, because some people were assholes. They, messed up the mute challenge.
Yeah.
However, the Queen did announce that night two, Houston won. I mean, all day long. She announced it at the concert that they won. So,
True.
I do blame my husband because I did not get to go. This is the third one since I have been
This
with
is not
him
my fault.
that I have not been able to go see the Queen. She comes home and I still don't
This
get
shit
to
was
see her.
sold out months ago. This has nothing to
Okay,
do.
Britt, next time we'll go together. I
She
also
blaming
haven't
you,
seen the
big
Queen.
dog.
We'll just go together.
So,
I'm gonna send my wife.
It won't be in
You know
Houston.
what
Houston
city.
was sold out the moment she planned the tour. Like,
Facts. Nah, I get that.
like I
Especially
said,
in Houston. Well, speaking of musical artists, Usher was announced to be the headliner for Super Bowl 2024.
I'm going to Vegas to see his ass too.
Yeah.
Nah, you will not be going to Vegas with Brittany alone. I'll be in that crowd with you.
Brittany not going to Vegas. I don't know what the
Damn
fuck she's
Vegas.
talking about. She be dreaming about Vegas.
You can go to Vegas and see Usher, but we seeing Usher together as a unit.
They've been putting the promo videos out of Usher talking to his younger self in Confessions, in the beginning of Confessions where he answers the phone and he's like, hello. So he has he's talking to himself like, you're going to be, I'm coming to you from the future. Like, you're going to headline the Super Bowl in 2024. And
Stop playing. Man.
yeah.
Come on, who's this?
So anyways, Usher will be headlining Super Bowl. I think that's going to be a great fucking show. I love Usher, so I ain't mad at it. I was also very excited for Riri this year, and she also killed it. So.
Like listen, I don't know if you seen that NPR Usher joint, but like when we seen it, we laughed so hard we had the kids doing the watch this the whole time. Like they like this.
But yeah, so that's exciting. And then I guess we'll end it on this note. Well, Sony apparently got hacked, and Jamal posted that on our Facebook page, and I feel like we're getting hacked because we got hit with all the bots responding.
All of them.
But yeah, Sony was hacked, and that's just a good thing to put out there for anybody because a lot of times your card and your personal information is attached to that Sony account.
If you play 2K, you might have put your face up on it, scanning it up.
So just be aware that personal information may have been violated. And lastly, the government, we are less than a week away from another shutdown if they can't get their shit together and decide on what to do with our $33 trillion worth of debt. Because that's the issue. $33 trillion worth of debt. The Republicans don't want to raise the debt ceiling. The Democrats do. I do think it's incredibly selfish of any lawmaker to agree to just shut down as opposed to fucking coming to any type of conclusion. They'd rather just Because while it affects them, it doesn't affect them as hard as it affects the rest of the United States. When the government shut down during Trump for 34 days.
That was a terrible thing.
Days.
Yeah.
It affected a lot of stuff.
A lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And some still have not recovered from that shit.
Yeah, like, so I worked at
Keeney
at the time. I did warehouse packaging for schools. Like, we would do the warehouse picking for a lot of the fruits. And like, a lot of places stopped getting fruit because like they were supplied on like government money, or they weren't open, or like you couldn't open because the cafeteria wasn't there, or this place wasn't there, or that wasn't there. Like, school programs got shut. Like, air traffic controllers stopped getting paid. Like, there are a lot of like government essential jobs that like stopped working. Not necessarily stop working, because a lot of these people have to go to work, but they aren't guaranteed a paycheck for working. So while Congress is arguing over this,
I ain't gotta go to work. The fuck?
But they were firing people that didn't show up for work. They wanted you to work.
And I'ma sue your ass.
but like, so you don't show up to work, right? But now you're the air traffic controller who doesn't show up to work.
Yep.
Now you're the government worker who's usually at work pressing buttons to make sure that shit runs smoothly, and you're not there. You're the guy that works inside of social services, and you no longer say, I'm not showing up to work today.
Right.
So now,
because you
don't
don't
get me food stamps this month because you ain't get in there and push the button.
Hey, blame your president who chose to go through a goddamn government shutdown. Don't blame
hey,
me.
it's not.
No, and it's
you're
not
saying
the president.
he's the first president to have a government shutdown threatened on him. Obama had
I
one
was about to say,
threatened on him. I'm sure
shutdowns
Clinton,
get threatened
I'm sure the
damn
Bushes,
near every year.
But I mean, Trump was like, fuck it.
Let it happen. Yeah.
Yeah, 34 days. And it's like, yo, like, I watched a lot of like DC shut down.
Yeah.
That was a scary time because they were giving out like free food to government workers. Like, you could come in and like, my friend was a government worker at that time, and she couldn't afford to pay because both her and her husband worked for the government. So neither of them were getting paid for that month and some change. And it's like, well, what do we do? Because we're going through savings just to get back and forth, paying rent and like feeding ourselves. Like, where do we go from here? We're living paycheck to paycheck as is. Like, no one really has that. I think COVID put into perspective, no one really has that savings that you think that you do for some shit happens, you solid. And if you do, then like, good for you. But for the most average Americans, like, you live in paycheck to paycheck just trying to get back.
Yeah.
And this shit sucks.
Absolutely. Especially a month. A month without pay would hurt anyone for real.
Oh shit! You go 2 weeks without pay hurts some.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
2 weeks without pay, I'm gonna do a nigga real quick.
And government shutdown.
I wish my job would call me saying, "Hey man, we're not gonna pay you on the 5th." Oh, beat your ass.
The fuck?
But you still gotta come in.
No, I'm not coming until I get paid.
I feel that.
If I'm gonna get zero, I'm gonna work zero.
Like shit. But that.
Well, you know, I do some shit like that. I'll show up to work, but that's all I'm doing is showing up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit
I'm just
right
scared
here.
if I don't get fined.
Yeah, I'm just saying so I don't get fined. They be like, you gotta do some type of work. Why? I ain't get no check for it.
You ain't getting no customer service, face, voice, nothing.
Hey, I need some. Bitch, do it yourself.
Hand over the keys. You got it.
You got a key right here.
Oh, you want a sandwich, big dog? Yeah, that's on you. You
Yeah.
go ahead and make
all
that
the ingredients
yourself.
are right here.
I'll walk you through how to make it, but you gotta make it.
Yeah.
I ain't getting paid for this shit, just like you ain't getting paid for this shit.
Like, all the government contractors who work on bases, all the people that like work on these government contracts, like any place that you're doing something, they're the ones that get fucked because like there is no okay.
Yeah, there's no security in the
here's a
contract,
shutdown happening. We have to pay you legally back pay. Nah, because you're a contracting ass nigga. I'll get rid of you and have somebody else come take over your
rewrite
contract.
a contract. Exactly. But yeah. That's all I have for the month of August. If we missed anything, drop it in the comments. Let us know. We can cover it, briefly next month. But
I'll read it.
yeah. Make sure you guys check us out on all social media platforms for more content like this. Check us out on YouTube. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and our X account exists, but it is not used.
Especially now they start charging us for X.
All the social medias we got damn near all of them.
We do.
Except don't
And on the Shop House, check them out on Saturday. They'll be talking about wrestling. If you missed their One Piece live action episode we dropped on Tuesday, make sure you check that out. Thursday, trivia. Brittany won, and we'll be doing Finish the Lyrics.
Yes. Finish the lyrics because I won.
Finish the
90s
lyrics.
R&B.
How complicated are we trying to make this shit? Finish the
90s R&B.
Man, listen, the way I was knocking that shit out on Thursday, they need to make this shit a little bit more complicated.
Whoa. She wins one and says they need to make this shit more complicated.
She wins one when there wasn't competition.
Ran uncontested. As soon as somebody shows up, she's like, can we just call this? Can I just win already? Can I just have this?
He quit. I was whooping his ass so bad he quit.
And anytime I said anything or gave anybody else a point, I'm sure Brittany gave us a middle finger and a side eye from the comment section. Like, I just know we were getting cussed out.
Anyways, you'll find me, Jamal, Asia, and Brittany because she wants to be on the panel and not in the comments on Thursday. So check us out on Thursday.
I might get kicked off.
For Thursday trivia, you might.
That's a possibility.
It's 90s R&B. You might as well just let us have
let y'all have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just singing my heart out. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Oh man, that sounds like a head.
I don't mean to click that loud. But anyways, until next time, stay safe.
My heart out. The music went up. Sing over this.
Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay unapologetically black. Have a good night.